Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Welcome to the session. Can you hear me? If yes, please type yes in the chat box. The chat is open now. Thank you, Raja. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you all. Thank you all for your confirmations. Thank you all for joining at 6 o'clock early in the morning for this particular demo session. Thank you very much for your confirmations. Let us stop the chat. Let us stop the chat. Welcome to day one. Welcome to day one of the demo session. This is batch number 404. Okay. Okay. So this course is DevOps on AWS. Okay. So what we are learning is DevOps on AWS. Okay. So before getting started, let me introduce myself. My name is Sunil Kopavarapu. I have total 11 years of experience in the IT industry. I have started my career with Oracle and Oracle Applications Platform. Then I have moved to Python development, and then I have moved to AWS cloud, and then I have got an opportunity with work with DevOps tools like Docker, Jenkins, and Ansible. So this is my overall experience, and I have close to 8 years of experience in online training, and I'm founder of Logic Labs Technologies. So this is about a quick experience about myself. What's our plan for today? Our plan for today is to understand uh, DevOps, why DevOps is very much trending in the current industry for the job seekers. And before getting into DevOps, we should have some understanding on software development lifecycle. So we'll have an understanding about software development lifecycle in this particular session, and then we'll be moving on to importance of DevOps, why DevOps is implemented in software development lifecycle. So this is a quick introduction about myself and our plan for today's session. Before moving on, participants, if you want to have a talk, please raise your hand. Any questions, please raise your hand. I'll give an opportunity to unmute. Yes. Good morning. Starting with Pranay Kumar. How are you doing, Pranay? You have unmuted. Please check your mic settings. Yes, Pranay.
Yeah, hey Sunil. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining, Pranay. Your question, please. Your location, your experience, and your
Yes.
question.
Right now I'm working at Caroline Global Solutions. So currently I do hold 4.5 years of experience and I'm currently working as ETL tester. So I would like to explore my career in cloud as well. Since my organization is currently using AWS services, so I would like to explore much and more on it.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay.
But my question is like recently I have come across different topics like these days like people are using DevSecOps instead of DevOps.
Correct.
So like
This
will
is
this
not DevSecOps. Okay. For DevSecOps, the prerequisite is DevOps. Okay.
okay.
So it's all about security in DevOps. So after DevOps, it is recommended to learn DevSecOps. Okay.
Sure, but this would be the input point for DevSecOps, right? Like
You are
we
right.
should be
You are
strong
right.
in.
This is like a platform for DevSecOps. Okay.
Sure, that
Okay.
is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sunil.
Good evening, Francis. Your location, your experience, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Francis. I'm from Michigan. I was in the 395 class. So last week I was talking to you about okay, I'm a DevOps engineer. I just ventured into DevOps like few months ago, and I don't have
Perfect.
IT background.
Good, good.
So I did send an email yesterday and today. So I did copy you in the email. Hopefully I
Got it.
get
Got it,
yeah.
Francis. Because of the time zone issues, you want to shift it to this particular batch. Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, this is the demo session. The link will work for next 3 to 4 sessions, and then you'll get a new link to continue. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Shankar.
A very good morning, Mr. Sunil. Basically, I'm working as a hardware engineer actually, so I have some system admin experience also. So, but development and all, I don't know anything. So, is it good to start from here from DevOps
How
because
many experience you're having? How many years of experience in hardware engineer?
hardware and this thing I was working as a system admin also. So there I was used to deploy the war files and all, which was developed by the developers.
Oh, very good.
So
Okay.
but Linux, Linux, this thing is I have experience. I have Linux and all those things.
Mhm.
So VMware
Coming
kind
to
of things.
hardware, you have got a hands-on to work with servers or
Yeah, servers.
okay,
I'm working in IBM only.
okay.
So I have a server experience and all those things. Linux also I have. AX, a
How
little bit
many
AX.
years of experience you're having,
I
Murthy?
have 12 to 13 years experience.
12 years of
So,
experience, is
but
it?
I want to start from here because I want to learn the AWS as well as DevOps.
Good,
So,
good, good,
is this a good
Shankar.
platform for me, or
Definitely, because
because
Shankar,
I want to switch to this side from hardware to this side.
obviously,
So,
you belong to operations team, Shankar. Okay, isn't it? So now, after 12 years, you cannot go back to programming, isn't it,
yes,
Shankar? So the
yes,
only option what we have is to get into operations team. You are in the operations team. DevOps is the right decision. Please learn AWS skill sets. Please learn DevOps skill sets and prepare your resume. Okay, so out of let's say you have 12 years of experience, latest 2.5 years of experience, you have to put it as AWS and DevOps experience. Remaining 10 or 9.5 year experience, you have to put it as actual experience. That's how you have to prepare your resume and start receiving the calls. Okay. If you're good in subject, you will be able to clear it and you'll be able to successfully switch your existing platform to DevOps. Okay. That will be a great career for you. Okay.
that's what, sir.
Got
That's
it,
why I'm
Shankar.
looking for this, sir. I'm looking for
Yes.
this
Okay.
things actually.
The most important thing, if you want to migrate from your older technologies, you may be from testing, you may be from non-IT, you may be from the lecturer field to get into IT industry. The first most important thing is, Shankar, is the skill set. Agree?
Yes,
Skills.
sir.
We should be very strong in our skills. And then we have to prepare your resume to project our skills. That's the right steps to proceed.
Correct.
Okay. All the best, Murthy. Now you cannot go into programming like Python and Java after 12 years, isn't it? So you
Yes, sir.
have other option. That is the best thing. That is DevOps. Anyways, cloud is booming now. Take the advantage of it. Learn the
Oh,
skill
sure,
set.
sir.
That will be advantage for you. Okay. It will
Thank you
be
so much.
helpful for your internal job posting also within your organization. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunil.
Let's have a couple of calls and then we will be getting into a plan for today. Good morning, Priya.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Um, is this a beginner course or in-depth course?
This is a beginner to medium level course.
Okay.
Okay, Priya?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. One more final call before moving on to today's session. Mr. Vishal, good morning. Your location, your experience, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Actually, I'm from Maharashtra, from Pune. Actually, I have been working on AWS Cloud from last 3.2 years. Actually, I want to
Very
move.
good. On what services you're working on?
Actually, I worked on AWS EC2 instances, VPC, IAM, and application load balancers,
Very
network.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I want to just explore more on Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and Terraform side. So yeah,
Okay, you want to get exposure towards DevOps tools
yes.
now.
Actually,
You're in the right track.
yeah, actually, I just updated of some of interviews last week. They are asking more on Kubernetes and Docker only. So
Okay.
yeah,
Good, good. As you know, Vishal, combination of AWS Cloud and DevOps is doing good in the market. Okay. So if you only know AWS Cloud, then you'll be working as a cloud platform engineer. But if you learn, just add on the DevOps skills, you can be a DevOps engineer for better future, Vishal. Okay. So
fine.
in your current skill set, only thing is DevOps tools is missing. Learn this, add those skills in your resume. You'll have more number of calls, you'll get a better opportunities. Okay, Vishal?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. How do you know about this institute?
Actually, one of my friend referred me this actually class.
Your friend is working in DevOps?
Yes, she's working on jobs actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Shankar, good morning.
Hello, Sunil. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Shankar. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I am fine, Sunil. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your question, please.
Yeah, I am working as a database administrator, Sunil, in US. Um,
Is it
I
Oracle
am,
DBA?
Yes, I'm working as Oracle DBA, and also I have a experience on AWS RDS and EC2 services.
Okay.
I am looking to exploring to switch my career to AWS with DevOps tools, whatever required
Perfect.
for cloud engineer. Basically, I am trying to move to cloud engineer role instead of DBA because nowadays DBA career is
Everything becoming
eh,
autonomous, isn't it, Shekhar?
yeah,
So no
correct.
on
Yeah,
premises, everything is happening on cloud.
yeah.
Backups are taken automatic, no
So
downtime,
just
scalabilities.
only
Yeah,
DBA in the resume, it's not working out for interviews now nowadays.
correct. You're right.
So
You're right.
yeah.
It's the
So
right time
basically,
to upgrade our skills.
basically I'm switching to cloud engineer along with DevOps.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect,
So
Shankar.
will
You are in the
this
right track. This course is
okay.
exclusively for the DevOps course. In this session, I will also explain what are the tools which we're learning as part of the DevOps tools. Okay. Definitely, it will help you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure, Sunil.
Okay.
Thank
Your
you.
location?
I am in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Thank you. How do you happen to know this institute?
One of my friend referred to
Through
me.
reference only. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shankar.
Okay. Thank you.
One more final call. Mr. Upendra.
Yeah, hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. See, I have 12 years of experience in IT. Like AX administrator, I'm working right now, but I don't have any knowledge on coding like Python, like JSON scripting, shell script. I don't have much knowledge on this. So, how it will help to move this
The
cloud?
first point, there is no prerequisite that you should have a programming knowledge for DevOps. Okay, Upendra, because here we will not write any coding. Okay, but it is recommended to have basic understanding on shell scripting. Okay, it's an advantage uh, to have knowledge on shell scripting, which will help you as a DevOps engineer. Upendra, got it? But here there is an offer for this particular batch. All the participants who enroll for DevOps, they get shell scripting videos, approximately 15 to 20, 15 hours of videos. I have provided shell scripting training that you will get it for free for lifetime access. Adding shell scripting, there is no need for programming, Upendra. You don't need to be a Java programmer or a Python programmer because we are not a developers. Having a knowledge on shell scripting will be advantage for.
Correct.
Got it?
Yeah, correct. But when I see some of the videos like DevOps in YouTube, they're recommending Python is most. Uh, I think it is important to learn
It
Python.
differs
Forget
from the
about Java.
it differs from the perception to perception. As per my understanding, shell scripting is the preferred one because we will be working on the cloud infrastructure. Okay, so cloud infrastructure operations can be managed by using shell scripting. Okay, Pendra?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So we had an understanding. I know there are many other participants who are raising their hands, but as the priorities or plan for completing our agenda for today's session, we'll do that, and we'll have interaction tomorrow also. Okay. Welcome to day one. Before starting, there is one important information. There is a WhatsApp community created for this particular batch. There is a WhatsApp community which is exclusively created for this particular batch. This batch is batch number 404. I hope you already have gone through our website, logiclabstech.com. I'll send you the URL. So this is batch number 404, which we have started today. There is a WhatsApp community exclusively created for this particular batch. If you are already in the WhatsApp community, well and good. For the participants who do not belong to WhatsApp community, I recommend you to join this particular WhatsApp community because all the updates, okay, all the updates exclusively for this particular batch will be provided in this particular community. Correct? So please join this WhatsApp community. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Let's get started. Before understanding about DevOps, I'm sure some participants are completely zero in what is DevOps. They may not have a clarity. But before getting into DevOps, I want to spend some time in explaining about SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Typically, you have a client. Assume the client is a banking client, ICICI Bank, needs an internet banking application. Okay, so assuming a client like ICICI Bank needs an internet banking application so that the customers can perform banking operations over the internet through the website. So clients use the requirements to IT companies. Am I right? It could be Infosys, Wipro, Microsoft, whatever it is. Okay, typically client use the requirements to the IT industry, to the IT development company. The software development company takes the requirements, understand the requirements, develop the product, and deliver it to the client. This is what happens in the industry. Agree? Client always gives the requirement. It could be a very big application, or it could be a small web application or a small website. The scenario is the same. The clients gives the requirements to the software development company. The software development company takes the requirements, develop the product, and deliver it to the customer. This is what happens in the industry. Okay, when software development companies like Infosys or Wipro or whatever it is takes the requirements from the client, when they start developing an application, when they start developing the product, they have to follow a systematic approach. There should be a proper planned, systematic, documented approach in building a particular product, in developing a particular software. The systematic approach of developing a particular software or a product is nothing but a software development lifecycle. They cannot develop the product. Companies cannot develop the product in ad hoc basis. There should be a streamlined approach in building a particular software or a product as per the requirements. This documented streamlined approach is nothing but a software development lifecycle. So software development lifecycle is an approach followed by software development companies to build a particular product. There are many SDLC models. There are many models. That means there are many approaches in developing a particular product. There are many ways in building a particular product. But I'm restricting myself to compare with two models. One is Waterfall model, the other is Agile model. There are many other models in software development lifecycle. Models are nothing but approaches. We have V model, there is a spiral model. There are different models in building a particular product and delivering it to customer. Let's say if you want to build a particular, if you want to construct a building of 40 floors or 50 floors, there are different approaches. So there are different ways of building a particular, in the civil engineering or in the architecture, there are different ways of constructing a building nowadays. In the same way, to build a particular product, to create a particular software, there are different models. Models are nothing but different approaches. As you can see in the slide, there is a waterfall model, agile model. Apart from these two models, we have spiral model, we have V model, there are many other models. But I want to restrict myself in this particular session with respect to waterfall model and agile model. The most popular and widely used model in software development lifecycle as of now is agile model. The complete industries moved to agile model. Agile model is having advantages. So developing a product using agile model is the best approach as of now. So almost all the companies are using agile model. Before explaining you about agile model, I want to spend some time discussing about waterfall model We'll spend some time understanding how the product is delivered, how the product is built and delivered using waterfall model. Waterfall model is suffering with some disadvantages. It is suffering with some drawbacks. We'll understand about the problems with the waterfall model, and then we'll also learn how is it the agile model is different, why agile model is widely used, what is its advantage, how the approach is followed in the agile model. We'll spend some time on agile model. After understanding on having basic understanding and agile model, then we'll understand about DevOps. Okay, so let's get started with the waterfall model. The first model, the first of its kind, the first streamlined approach in software development lifecycle is waterfall model. How the products are delivered, how the products are built and delivered using waterfall model. Please have a look at the slide. It's a step-by-step approach of building a particular product and delivering it to customer. If you observe in this particular waterfall model, the first stage is requirement stage. Not only waterfall model, every model starts with requirements. It could be waterfall model or agile model, any other model. Always the first stage is requirements. The first stage in the waterfall model is the requirements. So what happens in the requirements? There is regular meetings. There will be regular meetings between the client and the IT development company. There are regular meetings between the client and the IT development companies. It is the responsibility of the software development companies to take the requirements from the client. This is one of the most important stage because requirements gathering is very important. If the IT company is clear in gathering the requirements, we end up the right product, delivering the right product. If the requirements understanding is wrong, obviously we end up the wrong product or wrong software. So requirements is very, very important. There will be regular meetings between the client and the IT development company, and it is very important to gather the requirements from the client clearly. Once the requirements stage is completed, what is the next stage? As you can see, the next stage is analysis. What happens in the analysis stage? The technology components are decided. In the analysis stage, the technology components are decided. Should we develop the application using Java? Or should we develop the application using Python? Or should we develop the application using .NET? What should be the database? Should we use Oracle database? Or should we use Microsoft SQL Server database? Or should we use something like a MongoDB database? What should be the application server? Should we deploy it in Tomcat? Should we use WebLogic? Should we use JBoss? So the middleware components. So technology components are decided. After taking the requirements, they decide on what technology the product should be developed. That happens in the analysis part. After analysis, the third stage is design stage. What happens in the design stage? The entire project is broken up into modules. The entire project is divided into modules. Assuming in a banking application, in case of banking application, savings account, one module, current account, one module, personal banking, one module, credit card, one module, loans, one module, demat and trading account, one module, customer care, one particular module, wealth banking, one particular module, NRI banking, one module. The entire project is divided into parts, broken up into modules. User interface is designed, user experience is designed, the workflows are designed. How the application looks like, you can experience it in pen and paper. You can visualize an application in the form of graphic. How the workflows are designed, how the application looks like. So this is all happens in the design stage. Got it? The first one is requirements. In the analysis part, the technology components are decided. Once the technology components are decided, the design part is very important. The entire project is broken up into modules. For each module, the user interface, the user experience, the workflows will be designed. Once the design stage is completed, then becomes the coding part. Then comes the part of coding. Here, there is a role for a programmer. Developers will come into action. They take the documents from the design team. Developers needs a supporting documents to start developing an application. Think about a website. If you want to build a website, first we'll design website, how the website looks like, how many pages, how should be the menu, where should be the contact us form, where should be the images, where should be the graphics. Got it? So that's how the design happens. And then the design will be given to the developers. In the same way, after completing the design team will hand over the documents to the coding part. Here comes the role of a programmer. Based on the technology, if it is Java, it's a Java programmer, or Python programmer. They start developing the code and build an application as per the design documents. Clear? Here comes the role of a developers. Developers will come into action and start developing the code. That is called as coding part. Once the coding is completed, the next stage is testing. Obviously, we cannot deliver it to customer before testing. We need to test whether the application is perfectly working or not. There comes the role of a testing stage. Once the coding has been completed, testing team will jump into action. They test whether the application is behaving perfectly as per the requirements. So that's called as testing. Assume the testing is positive, everything is correct. Developers are perfectly built an application. The application is perfectly behaving as per the requirements. Testing has been completed. Obviously, we deliver the product to the customer, and customer will start accepting the product and start working using that particular product. This approach of developing a particular product is called as software development lifecycle, SDLC. This approach of building a particular software, developing a particular software and delivering it to a customer, this step-by-step approach is called as a waterfall model, first of its kind. Waterfall model is first of its kind. It is introduced 40 years back. It has ruled the industry for almost 25 years. The first of its kind. Okay? For 25 years, waterfall model was the number one model in the industry. Okay? So this is about a waterfall model. I hope we have an understanding about waterfall model. Any questions? Perfect. So waterfall model is very clear. So once the waterfall model is suffering with some disadvantages. Okay, we'll quickly understand the disadvantages of the waterfall model, and then we'll move into the most interesting model, which is widely used, which we are more interested is Agile model. So let's understand about waterfall model. The mainly two disadvantages of the waterfall model. There are two important disadvantages of the waterfall model. In the waterfall model, one stage is dependent on its previous stage. One stage is dependent on its previous stage. Testing stage is dependent on coding part. When testing will start? When the testing should start? Only after completing the coding part. If the project manager has given an estimate, if the project manager has given an estimate that we need 6 months of time to complete the coding, what is the estimate given by the project manager? They have given an estimate that the 6 months is the time required, the duration required to complete the coding part. So testing team will wait for 6 months to complete the coding part, because after, as per waterfall model, one stage, the next stage should start only after completing its previous stage. So testing should start only after completing coding. The testers should wait for 6 months to complete the coding part. So one team is waiting for the other team to its previous team to complete the task. If the design team says that we need 2 months of time to complete the design part, assuming there are 50 developers, the 50 developers will wait for how many months? 2 months to complete the design. Because coding should start only after completing the design. Testing should start only after completing the coding. One team is waiting for its previous team to complete their task. Dependency. If the coding is delayed, obviously testing will have more waiting time. Because of this more waiting time, it is very difficult to meet the deadlines and commitments. We have given a commitment to the customer saying that we'll deliver the product on specific date. It's very, very difficult to meet the deadlines because of this dependency. So one team is waiting for its previous team because of the dependency. There's a lot of waiting time, which is causing the delay. And very, very difficult to meet the deadlines. This is the first disadvantages. Most of you already know this waterfall model, but still I'm addressing it quickly. The second disadvantage is waterfall model does not encourage the clients to give new requirements. The waterfall model does not encourage the clients to give new requirements. For example, requirements are gathered and completed on 1st January 2024. Assuming that the requirement stage has been completed on 1st January 2024. So the waterfall model will freeze the requirements. The clients are not allowed to give new requirements. They freeze the requirements on a specific date based on the requirements freezed. They start developing the code. After a couple of months, if the client wants new feature or new requirements and few updates to happen, the waterfall model does not encourage the clients to give new requirements. There is no concept of going back. Waterfall, as the name suggests, waterfall, water always falls from top to bottom. There is no concept of water going back. In the same way, there is no concept of going back and changing the requirements. There is no concept of events. Once the coding has been started, there is no concept of going back and changing the design. The design is freezed, and as per the freezer design, the coding happens. There is no concept of going back and changing the requirements. There is no concept of going back and changing the design. We need to move forward. So what this model does not support clients who change the requirements. Nowadays, the business is more dynamic. Have you seen applications are frequently getting changed? The Facebook, which is 2 months back, is not the same. There's some changes happens in the Facebook application. Now, keep on changing, isn't it? The applications are keep on changing. The model should be robust enough that it should take the new requirements and also should deliver the new requirements. So waterfall model does not suit to the current industry because of these two disadvantages. One of the two important disadvantages. Clear? So this is about the problems with the drawbacks with the waterfall model. So let's spend some time. It is very difficult to estimate the time because of dependency between each stage. And it's very, very difficult to meet the deadlines. There is no concept of it is very difficult to go back and change something which is not well through the concept stage. There is no concept of going back and changing. Requirements cannot be changed. Design cannot be changed. Perfect. So this is the problem with the waterfall model. It's not good for complex and object-oriented projects. It's not suitable for the projects or the clients where the requirements are keeping on changing. When the requirement, now the industry is such a way that the industry is very dynamic. Client wants to provides new requirements. Your model should be robust enough to take the new requirements and deliver the new requirements along with the older requirements. So that is not possible in the waterfall model. So because of these disadvantages, the waterfall model is now not used in the industry. The entire industry is moved to the Agile model. Now, entire IT industry is now moved to Agile model. Agile model is one of the most widely used, highly successful model as of now. So let's spend some time how Agile model works. Let's have some understanding about Agile model. This is important for a DevOps engineer. That's the reason we are spending some time on it. So let's understand about Agile model. You may already have some understanding about Agile model. So this is very, very very understanding on a high level understanding about Agile model. This is an entire 30 days course on Agile model also. But to have an understanding about how the approach is different from other models, we'll have a high level understanding on Agile model. Look at this theory. Look at the theory. You have to pick up some important terminologies and you have to use these terminologies in the interview to make it more effective. Agile is also called as incremental. Okay, it is an incremental model. Software is developed in incremental and rapid cycles. Pick up the terminologies, try to understand. This results in small incremental releases, each release building on its previous functionality. And each release is thoroughly tested and quality is maintained. Agile software development method emphasizes an iterative, incremental, evolutionary development. What do you mean by evolutionary, incremental, iterative, rapid cycles, incremental? Try to understand the synonyms of these words. Okay, so let's try to understand how Agile model is different from any other model now. Assume this is the client. Assume that ICICI Bank needs this kind of application. This is the requirement from the client. What happens in the waterfall model? My dear friends, how the product, this particular product is developed in waterfall model. In waterfall model, as you know, the first stage is requirements. I'm talking about the first model, waterfall model. The first stage is requirements, am I right? This particular model take the requirements from personal banking. I'm talking about waterfall model. Waterfall model takes the requirements for privileged banking module, wealth banking, private banking, NRI banking, business banking, small and medium scale enterprises, and corporate banking. They take the requirements from all the modules. Here in our case, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 modules. They take the requirements from the 8 modules. And then in the waterfall model, they declare saying that the requirement stage has been completed. That's what happens. In the waterfall model, they declare saying that, okay, we have gathered the requirements from all the departments. Analysis is not specific to module. Okay, the technology components are not specific to module. The next stage is design. The design team will design the user experience and user interface and workflows and how exactly the database is designed. Everything the design team will design for module 1, they take design for module 2, they design for module 3, they design for module 4, they design for module 5, module 6, they design for module 7, they design for module 8, and then they declare saying that in the waterfall model, design stage has been completed. Developers will jump into action. The next stage is coding part. Developers will jump into action. They start developing the code for module 1. They start developing the code for module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5. They complete all the coding for all the modules and then declare to the client saying that the coding part has been completed. Testing team will jump into action. They test all the modules and then they declare saying that the testing has been completed. And then once everything is good, then we deliver the entire application. We deliver the entire application to the customer at once. This happens stage by stage. This happens in the waterfall model. requirements of all the departments, design for all the modules, coding for all the modules, testing for all the modules happens, and then they declare saying that the testing stage has been delivered, and we deliver the entire application to the customer. This is what happens. This is what happens in the waterfall model. Whereas in the agile model, it's different. The way the product is built using agile model, you can experience the difference here. In agile model, what happens? Please observe carefully. The requirements team, they take the requirements of module 1, personal banking. Okay, once the module 1 requirements has been completed, requirements team obviously will move on to next module. They take the requirements of privilege banking. When the requirements team is busy working with module 2, immediately design team will jump into action. They start designing module 1. The design team will work on module 1. So there are two teams busy. Requirements team busy taking privilege banking. Design team busy with designing the personal banking. Obviously, look at this next iteration. Assuming the requirements gathering of privilege banking is completed, requirements team busy taking the requirements of wealth banking. Assuming design has been completed for personal banking, design team will be designing privilege banking. As design for the personal banking is completed, coding team, developers will jump into action. They start working on module 1. So what you have to observe, then all the three teams are busy. Requirements team is busy with particular module. Design team will be busy with second module. Coding team will be busy with the first module. You're breaking the dependency. Majority of the workforce is in action. You're breaking the dependency, then majority of the workforce is in action. You're utilizing the human resources to optimum extent. Look at the next iteration. Design team, requirements team, taking the requirements of private banking. Design team, they have completed a privilege banking. They move to wealth banking. Assuming coding for module 1 has been completed, coding team will jump into second module, and testing team will be testing module 1 because as coding has been completed. Entire workforce is in action in this iteration. Are you understanding? If testing has been completed, if the personal banking is perfectly as per the requirements, we deliver one module to the customer. Agile emphasizes an iterative, incremental, evolutionary releases. There is no hard and fast rule that the entire project should be released at once. At least customer is happy, they can experience how the first module is working. Isn't it? The entire workforce is in action. When the entire workforce is in action, it is very, very easy to meet the deadlines. Customer is happy because they're getting the product as per the requirements and meeting the deadlines. And agile model is very, very flexible. Agile is robust enough to take the new requirements, and we repeat the cycle for the next new requirements also. Got it? So the approach, how the agile model is working is completely different. Please respond in the chat box. Did you understand how the product is delivered when compared to other models and agile model? We are breaking the dependency. Please respond in the chat box. The chat is open now. When the entire workforce is in action, when the entire workforce is in action, it is very, very easy to meet the deadlines. So try to understand iterative, incremental, rapid cycles. We'll repeat the cycle. For the new, if a client gives a new requirement, we'll repeat the cycle for the new requirements and we'll deliver the updates to the customer. Perfect. So that's how the agile model is different from the waterfall model. Thank you very much for your responses. Perfect. Now, so the point is, If waterfall model takes 2 years of time to develop a particular application, the same application in agile model, you can just deliver it in 1 year. Are you understanding? If the waterfall model, the time required to deliver the particular product or customer in case of waterfall model, assuming it is 2 years, the same product with better quality, you can deliver it in agile model in just 1 year. So agile model is, if the time duration is very less, clients are happy, the IT development is also, product development companies are also happy. So that's the reason agile is most widely used in the industry as of now, because of these advantages. Now, now the point is, clients are expecting their applications to be developed and delivered in much more faster rate. When compared to waterfall model, agile model is speed. But now the industry is in such a way that clients are not ready to wait for 1 year. Clients are giving the requirement, they want the product to be delivered in just 3 to 4 months. Clients are giving the requirements now, they want the product to be delivered in just 3 to 4 months. In such a faster rate, clients are expecting their applications or products to be built and delivered. When compared to waterfall model, the agile model is speed. But now the clients are not ready to wait for 1 year also. Clients are expecting their applications to be built in much more faster rate. They want their applications to be built in just 3 months to 4 months. In such a faster rate, the clients are expecting their applications to be delivered. So the top IT companies in the world have done a research work to understand the reason for delay in the software development lifecycle. So now Agile is also considered as delay because Agile is taking 1 year compared to analysis. Irrespective of any model what they're using, but the client software development companies are experiencing delay in the product development. So the top IT companies have done a research work to understand the term called delay in the software development lifecycle, SDLC. And then after analysis, in spite of any model, why the IT development companies are experiencing the delay in the delivery is because of this problem statement. They came with the research work and they came with the problem statement. The problem is the gap between development team and operations team is causing the delay in the software development lifecycle. After doing a research work, they came with a statement saying that they have identified the reason for the delay is because of the gap between development team and operations team. This is the statement. To understand this statement, gap between development team and operations team, you have to be very clear with the two important terminologies. What is development team and what is operations team? If you want to understand this particular statement, gap between development team and operations team, you have to understand two important terminologies, that is development team and operations team. If you're clear in understanding these two terminologies, the problem statement will be very clear for you. So let's try to understand these two terminologies, development team and operations team. Development team is easy to visualize. Development team is nothing but group of developers. Yes, you are right. It's easy to visualize. If it is a Java technology, group of Java developers is nothing but the development team. If it is a Python technology, group of Python developers, it depends on the technology. Development team is easy to visualize. The responsibility of the development team is to build and develop the application by writing the code. Yes, we can easily visualize. We all know what developers will do. So we all know what is development team. Development team is a group of developers who develop the code for building an application. Let's spend some time to understand this term called operations team. Let's spend some time to understand the term called operations team. What is operations team? What are the roles and responsibilities of an operations team? What does their activities do? What are the day-to-day operations? Let's say, for example, a small IT company, assuming a small IT company of 100 employees, isn't it? There are a lot of small companies who are having 100 employees, 50 employees, 100 billable employees for a particular client or a certain group of clients. 100 billable clients, billable employees. A small company of 100 employees, do you think right from the first employee to the last employee, everybody is a developer? My dear friends, assuming a small company of 100 employees, do you think every 100 billable employees for a particular client, assume that, do you think everybody is a developer? All top IT companies like Infosys, TCS, they're both saying that they have thousands of employees worldwide. Do you think all the employees working in the IT company are employees, are developers? Don't be under impression that all the software jobs are development jobs. So in our understanding, let's say there's a small company of 100 employees, don't be under impression that right from the first employee who is billed by the client to the last employee, do not think that everybody is a developer. Okay, let's say 50%, 50 employees are developers. Okay. There are other group of people, the remaining set of people who are non-developers. Agree? These are not developers, but they're very important. They are skilled. They are built by the client. There are a group of people who don't develop the code. There are some set of people who belong to non-development team, but they are very critical. You cannot ignore them. Don't think that in the industry only developers are great. Do not be under the impression that only developers are great. There are a group of people who are non-developers, but they are very important and critical. These set of people who are non-development team are called as operations team. So without operations team, development team cannot progress at all. There should be strong coordination between the development team and the operations team. This set of people who are not developers, but still they are very critical, important, and skilled are called as operations team. Especially for people who are new people in the IT industry, you may be curious. So what will be their responsibilities of these set of people who are not developers? Are they very critical? Why they are critical? So what are the day-to-day responsibilities? Operations team responsibilities. It is whose responsibility to maintain the servers. To build an application, you need production instances, testing instances, QA instances, user acceptance instances. It is whose responsibility to maintain the servers. In the beginning of the session, one of our participants said that they are maintaining servers and hardware. It is whose responsibility? Do you think Java developer will maintain this kind of servers? You have a skill, you should have a very skilled resources because servers are very critical. So these people comes under operations team, configuring network, configuring cyber security, configuring storage, taking the backups, monitoring the servers 24/7 by using the monitoring tool, responding to the alerts, responding to the outages in case if the server is down. In case if the server is down, development team will happily send a mail saying that the app servers are not working. But it is who responsibility to take the action? Operations team, providing IT security, providing version controlling, change controlling, taking the backups, planning for disaster recovery, production support. Once the application is live, there should be a set of people who will be providing production support to the clients. And there are many other responsibilities. What I have listed is very few. So there are a set of people who are very busy in the background, making sure that the clients and the applications are perfectly working and they're happy. Database administrators, network administrators, SAN storage specialists. So these group of people, all the people who are not into coding, but they're very critical, are falling under operations team. So the delay is because, again, coming back to the problem statement, the reason for the delay is because of the miscommunication happening between these two teams. One is development team and operations team. I'll give a small example. If a development team, assuming if the development team needs Oracle instance, okay, Oracle server 19C version, assume if the development team needs some Oracle, they want to test how the application is behaving with respect to Oracle database. If they need Oracle instance or Oracle server, it is whose responsibility to provide. Do you think Java developer will install Oracle in the server? No, the development team will send an email to operations team. We need Oracle database 19C version. Can you please provide me the server by tomorrow? So that's how development team will give the requirements to the operations team. It is whose responsibility to provision this particular instance. It is whose responsibility to provide Oracle server. It is the operations team. There will be database administrators who should respond to the requirement and install Oracle and provide the requirement. If the skilled resource is not available, if the database administrator is not available, he is on leave for 1 week, then what's happening? Delay is happening. There's a gap here happening. If the skilled resource may be available, but the infrastructure is not available. Let's say all the servers are busy. Okay, so there could be several reasons why the operations team may not respond to the development team requirements. So here is causing the gap. As a DevOps engineer, what is your role? The term DevOps is derived from two important terms, Dev and Ops. Dev stands for development team and Ops stands for operations team. The term DevOps is derived from two important terms, development, Dev and Ops, the development team and operations team. DevOps and its importance. If there is a gap between development team and operations team, what should be done? The DevOps engineer should come into action. If the DBA is not available, if the database administrator is not available to provision the infrastructure, you can provision as a DevOps team, we can provide the Oracle instance by using Docker. You don't need to learn Oracle course to provide the instance. You can provide it within just a couple of minutes in the form of containers. So you need to fill the gap and promote the collaboration between the development team and the operations team, speed up the software development lifecycle so that you can meet the deadlines to the customer. Are you understanding? Got it? So DevOps, and now understand the importance of you as a DevOps engineer. DevOps is a method. It's a method. It's not a technology. It's an approach. So what as a DevOps engineer, you have to promote the collaboration and you have to fill the gap between development team and operations team. So this will help in moving the code to the production much more faster and automation way. DevOps engineers should help in automation in software development lifecycle so that you can speed up the delivery, which enables in rapid development of product. Rapid. That's what the client wants. Now, if the client wants the applications to be delivered in much more faster rate, you need to implement automation. And this can be implemented by using the tool called as Jenkins, which is part of DevOps. So as a DevOps engineer, your role is to collaborate these two teams and speed up the software development lifecycle. This can be possible by using DevOps tools. You may have a question. So Sunil, how should I do it? It's a method and this can be implemented by using tools. Okay, so what tools are there in DevOps and how the tools help in collaboration and how which helps in faster development of products? We'll understand once we start working with tools. What is the prerequisite for DevOps? Every DevOps engineer should be very comfortable with basics of Linux. That's the reason before starting the DevOps tools, I'll be starting with Linux. First 3 sessions, I'll be spending on Linux. We all should be very comfortable with Linux because day to day, all the DevOps tools will be managing using the Linux commands. So we should all be comfortable with Linux. So that's the reason we start spending time on understanding the basic Linux commands. Once we are comfortable with Linux commands, we'll move on to first tool of DevOps that is called as Git, which is called as version controlling and source code management, which helps in rolling back to the previous versions of the source code in case of any issues in the production. And then we move on to the build tool called as Maven, And we move on to one of the most important tools called as Jenkins. This is a tool which helps in automation in software development lifecycle. Next, we move on to the tool called as Docker and Docker Swarm, which helps in infrastructure as part of containers. So we'll understand how Docker helps in maintaining, providing the infrastructure in the form of containers, container orchestration by using Kubernetes. Okay, so for avoiding downtime, so we use Kubernetes for multi-container architecture, and then we'll move on to Ansible, which is used for configuration management tool, and we'll spend some time on Nagios monitoring tool, and then we'll use Terraform. So these are the tools which are covered as part of our training course. These are the tools which are covered as part of the training course. The session starts at 6 o'clock. Like how we have started the session today, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. It will be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. We have started today. It will be Monday to Friday. There will be no sessions on Saturday and Sunday. It's 5 days a week. Every session is recorded. Even this particular session is recorded, and you'll have access to the recordings lifetime. Clear about this? Next, this particular course is DevOps on which platform? As you can see the title, it is on AWS. The course what we are learning is DevOps on, the course what we are learning is DevOps on AWS. Okay. To learn DevOps, 15% of AWS knowledge is required. Okay, so basic services are required for AWS. This part of 15% of AWS I'll cover as part of the DevOps course. Whatever the AWS knowledge is required to understand DevOps, I will cover it. Are you understanding? There are 2 to 3 important services which are required for a DevOps engineer that I'll cover it. So whatever the AWS knowledge is required, even though you're zero in AWS, you will understand all these DevOps tools, because the prerequisite, to the extent what knowledge is required for AWS, I will provide it to you. Okay, but my suggestion is, I strongly recommend to enroll for exclusive AWS course, which is for 30 days. After DevOps or along with DevOps, I strongly recommend to enroll for exclusively, there is one course called as AWS. This course is AWS DevOps, but there is an exclusive course which is not yet scheduled. We will be scheduling it within 1 week. There's an exclusive AWS course for 30 days. I don't strongly recommend to it, where we learn approximately 20 services of AWS that will help add value to your resume. That will add value to your resume. Clear about this? Okay. So this is all about what I want to explain. So today you have understanding on how Agile is different from Waterfall model. Agile is all about iterative and incremental way of delivering a particular product in SDLC. And DevOps importance you have understood. You have understood the importance of operations team. What's our plan for tomorrow? Like today, the same link will work for tomorrow. The Zoom link will remain the same. Our plan for tomorrow is to create a new AWS account. So you should have an AWS account. I'll give an understanding about what is AWS. Okay. And we learn how to create an AWS account. I hope you already have it. If you're not having it, by tomorrow, you'll understand how to create a new AWS account. We'll create a Linux machine on AWS. Because the prerequisite is Linux, we should have a Linux environment. So we'll create a Linux machine on AWS. We start working with Linux commands. We start connecting to the Linux machine, and our plan is to start work with Linux command. This is our plan for tomorrow. This is our plan for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll spend some time how to create a new AWS account. After creating a new AWS account, how to create a Linux machine, and how to get started with, as I said to you, every DevOps engineer should be comfortable with Linux. We start working with Linux, learning Linux. This is our plan for tomorrow's session. The meeting link will remain the same. Okay. Any questions? Please raise your hand. Shankar. Good morning, Shankar.
Hello, Sunil.
Yes, Shankar.
Sunil, I would like to know, because you are specifically focusing on DevOps on AWS, right? So
Correct.
we have other clouds as well, like Azure or Google GCP
Correct.
or any other cloud. So how different it will be again?
So if you want to learn DevOps, okay, the tools will remain the same. Okay, Shankar, Shekhar,
Yeah.
the tools
Mhm.
will remain the same, but all these tools, we can learn it on AWS. The same DevOps skill sets, we can learn it on Microsoft Azure. We can also
Okay.
learn DevOps on Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so but this particular course is DevOps, and all these tools will be learning and installing it and managing it on AWS Cloud Platform. That's why it is named it as AWS DevOps. Okay.
Okay.
We also have Azure DevOps, but by a different instructor. Okay, that's a different timing. Okay. Generally, people,
Okay.
it's up to you. Both are equally good. It's on AWS or Azure. Both are equally good. Okay.
So basically the same tools, same functionality will happen on
Environment, the
Azure
cloud
as well.
platform will be different.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah, thank you. Vishal.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to know if you are covering any projects in this course, like
Okay.
and offer.
Every 1 month we'll have one project session from an external faculty, external instructor, Vishal, not specific to this particular batch. Okay. We frequently conduct guest lectures, which helps in providing some real-time scenarios. We already have covered 4 projects. So we are planning for one project in this month ending. Okay. So those workshops will help you to get confidence, and you can project that particular role in your resume. Okay.
Yeah, actually, everyone is asking about like what projects you have done
You will
till.
understand, correct, yet. Once we start working with tools, you'll understand the importance and the need for that particular tool and what will be the day-to-day operations you have to handle on that particular tools. You will be comfortable with those questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Surabhi Shah. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, Surabhi, your
Yeah.
question.
By any chance, if you can include a GitLab CI/CD pipeline in this
CI/CD is part of
business?
Jenkins. Okay. So
Yeah, but
CI/CD pipelines are covered as part of Jenkins tool. Okay,
okay,
that
but
will be addressed.
you are specifically with sticking to Jenkins. I was just asking, like, by any chance you will be highlighting on GitLab CI/CD pipelines?
No, GitLab we will not discuss. We'll be exclusively restricting CI/CD on Jenkins tool.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe Surabhi, in your current project, GitLab is used. Am I right?
Yes, right.
Okay. 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 But because Jenkins is more widely used, we'll be working on
Yeah, yeah.
Jenkins. Okay. Yeah.
I
Thank you.
have worked on Jenkins as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the requirement is for
Okay.
GitLab, so that's why
Okay,
I just
Surabhi.
asked. Yeah.
Thank you. Upendra. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. See, I thought it is complete AWS along with the DevOps. It is not complete AWS.
It is not complete AWS. Only 10 to 15% of AWS is discussed here. Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah. Exclusively AWS course, we have a different instructor. We'll be scheduling it in next week. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, Rahul.
Hello, good morning.
How is today's session?
Yes, I wanted to ask if there is any notes and
Okay, so in
report
all the
down.
PowerPoint slides or notes, which I will be using to deliver the lectures. You will have access to it, okay, along with the recorded sessions, okay, from our
Yes,
portal.
and after completion of our course, will there be like a mock interviews as well, or
Not only the course, once we complete all the tools, well, when I'm explaining about the examples, what are the frequently asked questions, I'll be focusing on addressing that, okay, so that will be helpful for you.
okay.
So one more final call before closing. It's already late. Yes, Rohan.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Rohan.
Actually, I'm having one question that I'm working as application support
Mhm.
from last 3 years.
Okay.
So the content which we are going to cover in this course will means are they enough to move me as a
There are a lot of success stories who have
Mhm.
successfully made their entry into DevOps role after this particular course and project sessions, Rohan. Okay. Gather the skill sets, whatever which I'm delivering it to you, okay, and
Mhm.
perfectly practice it, definitely, and learn exclusively AWS course. That's the steps what you need to follow. Then
Oh,
definitely you can crack the interview. Okay.
okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, thank
Thank you all. I hope you have enjoyed the session. See you tomorrow where we learn how to create a new AWS account and we learn how to create a Linux environment. We'll connect to the Linux environment and get started with the Linux command. Our agenda for today, tomorrow's session. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed it. See you tomorrow using the same Zoom link like how you have joined today at same time, 6 o'clock in the early morning. Have a good time. Thank you very much.